Hi, this is Macy Gray. You are watching the Drama Queen on Miss Drama Queen TV.
I know you're fed up. Life don't let up for us. All they talk about.
Your one and only Drama Queen. I'm here with an exclusive interview with the very talented and divine Macy Gray, talking about her album, officially out. Today, yes.
62110.
Yes. Called Sellout. And that name definitely sparks a lot of interest. Talk about just the name of it, and it's actually more of a come out. It's kind of like a re-emergence of Macy Gray. I wouldn't say it's more of a sellout, but what was the behind type of thought process with that name?
Oh, it's just it's a play on the word, because like back in the day, it was way not cool if you did a commercial, or if you had if you represented, like if you did a Coke commercial, you weren't you weren't a real artist. But now it's like, you gotta have a gym shoe or a perfume or something, So it's just about how things have reversed, and how so I'm the opposite of that. So I call myself the sellout, meaning I'm doing what's not cool in the business, because I haven't done any of that stuff yet.
Okay. So how is that feeling to do that? Is it something kind of, do you feel like out of your element, or is this kind of like straightforward, you feel comfortable being immersed within this?
Yeah, well, one of the things I learned making this album was that, at the end of the day, you have to be yourself. Like, you can try to, do other things, or be something else, not do other things, but be other than what you are. But it's just like a long, exhausting process that always ends up being in vain, because you're gonna end up right back to you, and the best thing to do is just make the best of that and deal with that, and make that lovely, you know what I mean?
Okay, perfect. And talk about the new situation you have going on with Concord. It's an independent situation. Yeah. How do you feel the independent side, versus the major label machine and whatnot?
Yeah, it's very different, it's very different in a lot of ways. They don't, the staff is smaller, and they just do things differently, but it's interesting because, it's a lot more like guerrilla style. It's more creative, and they just find different ways to do things that I haven't seen before. So I've actually learned a lot, and it's not.
You have more control, would you say?
Not really. Labels are labels,
Okay.
I found that out quick, So.
All right. And talking about the video, which is Beauty in the World, it's very happy-go-lucky. It seems like very just kind of like you let it go. You're freer in this. Is that where Macy Gray is today? Are you free? Are you more kind of just like effervescent? What is the mindset right now of Macy Gray in music?
Right now I'm excited. At the moment I'm excited because today's the release of my record. In general, I'm generally an optimistic person. The record is just about keeping your head up and looking up. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on now, and it's just about focusing on the good stuff, and having a good time in spite of it all.
Okay. Now we're looking at this in the very positive light of it, but at the same time, there's always going to be the naysayers, the criticism. Yeah. How do you deal with the backlash when it comes? You say you're very optimistic, but of course, everything, being a woman, being human, we always get affected some way, shape, or form. How do you deal with the backlash when it comes to you?
It depends. I've definitely had my ups and downs, and dealt with them all really differently. Been cried, I'm depressed, to go out and get drunk, have sex with the wrong people, I'll do all that stuff. So it's like it just depends, It depends. I'm looking forward to this though. I think this is gonna be good.
And I have to ask, I know this was a little while ago, but you did a performance that was very revealing, performed, in the nude. How was that experience? Was it like liberating, or was it like, I'm never doing that again?
Yeah, it's definitely, nudity is always liberating. Even when you're just walking around your house naked, it's like, if you pay attention to how you feel about it, it's really dope,
Okay.
But
would you do it again?
Yeah, I'll do it again. I don't see the big deal. Like, you're naked like that. Like, everybody knows you have an ass and boobs, I think people are self-conscious about themselves, but the average person doesn't really care if you're naked or not, I don't think.
Yeah. Were you surprised by the commentary on that experience? Because there was a lot. There was a lot of people talking about it. Did you pay attention to any of it?
Some of it. I mean, well, I think what got missed was the cause. The cause was
right. So was it for a good cause?
It was for a great cause. It was for a book, and they wanted, you know, they were selling this book to raise money for HIV. But anyway, you know, I was definitely expecting some kind of reaction, and you know, a lot of people said things, and it was cool. You know, for me, I had a good time. It was definitely something I can say that I did.
Okay. Now, before we go, I have to ask you've been seen in quite a few movies and appearances. What is the Hollywood scene for Macy Gray? Are we going to see you in more movies? Are we going to see you doing any acting in any of those stints?
Yeah, I'm doing the new Tyler Perry movie with Whoopi Goldberg, and Janet Jackson's in it, and Tandy Newton, and Kimberly Elise, Kerry Washington. A gang of people. Hill Harper, Michael Ealy, and it's called For Colored Girls. It's based on the play.
Right.
And I think it's going to be excellent. We actually shoot this week. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. Now, many people find you very inspiring. You know, they love your music. They follow you. Who inspires you musically? I mean, name some artists that you currently listen to that you're currently excited about.
Like new stuff?
Yeah, new stuff, or it can be stuff that you can't get away from, that you always have to have in your CD player, maybe.
Okay, well, I'm forever and always a Stevie Wonder fan, Bob Marley, Prince, you know, the usuals. I love rock and roll. I love the Rolling Stones and the Doors, and I love old hip hop, you know. There's a huge NWA fan, and Biggie, and that, you know, when I say hip hop as an influence, you know, hip hop, like for a singer, it teaches you rhythm, like you learn how to sing in rhythm, you know what I mean? And you learn about phrasing. So, but as far as new stuff, who do I like? I heard Kanye West's new record.
Okay.
I'm always a fan of his.
Power,
awesome.
right?
Yeah, I love that song.
Right.
And you know, I like Drake a lot. I love it. You know, everybody likes Drake. And who else? I like the usual stuff. You know, I love that B.O.B. record. I discovered this new band on YouTube called Little Dragon. It's crazy. They're out of Switzerland, and the lead singer is this Asian chicken, but she has this kind of Erykah Badu vibe. You should check it out.
Oh, that's what's up.
And so that's why all I've discovered lately.
Okay.
But there's a lot of cool stuff out, you know.
Right, right. Now, you mentioned Kanye, and I have to, you know, kind of just delve into just for briefly. You know, he went through his own rough times. What kind of, because you've been through your times as well, do you have any advice for artists who are constantly in the media and then they're getting the backlash? Would you have any words of encouragement or advice, or even maybe like, you know, next time try to stay away from this, just a heads up, or anything in that realm?
I've just learned that you just got to keep it moving, because you're going to make mistakes, you know, you're going to mess up, and there's nothing, you know, you can't all of a sudden wake up one day and be perfect.
Right.
So I would just say, you know, like if you make a mistake, just get up the next day and go back in the studio and make some great music, you know, because that's what people came to you for in the first place, you know. So I would just tell anybody, when you mess up, you just got to keep going.
All right. 5 to 10 years from now, where do you see yourself? Where is Macy Gray going to be? What should we be looking out for?
What am I going to do? No idea. I'm definitely keep making music and movies, and the rest, you know, we'll have to see. I haven't figured all that out yet.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming through, and of course, it's one only drama queen here with another exclusive interview.
Okay.
Beauty in the world.